Welcome. In this edition, we'll discuss the down to earth summary for the March edition. Now, some of the important topics that have been discussed have been mentioned here. To begin with, the Delhi's urban crisis. Now, Delhi has been facing numerous issues from pollution to garbage to traffic and issues with water system. The city is generating more than 12,000 tons of waste on a daily basis, and landfills in Delhi are no more able to sustain that. Also, the roads, the mobility is a big issue. Governance is another issue. Also, the infrastructure and expansion of the cities without adequate infrastructure in the urban areas or in the periphery areas is another aspect. So, if we look on to not just Delhi but across India, the mega cities are now becoming mega mess, and therefore it is important that tier 2, tier 3 cities become important sectors of next development. Besides this, some of the important news include the Bhalswa landfill, which is one of the major centers in Delhi, and there has been a biomining project there. Google tree has been planted across the Chambal ravines, and this is to restore the endangered medicinal properties of this tree. The China and Africa, they have agreed onto a zero tariff. Amazon rainforest have become a major source of net carbon because after the severe drought of 2023, there has been a tipping point which has been witnessed in Amazon rainforest. We have covered a separate video on the tipping point of Amazon rainforest, extremely important also for your mains examination. Total Energies face trial in Paris, and there has been unexpected heat waves in February 2026, and they are expected to rise further with links of climate induced activities. Now, US is trying to roll back on renewable sources of energy and focus more on fossil fuel based sources of energy. There has been an estimated 1 gigatons of higher US emissions by 2030 as compared to previous periods. And also, we have seen that the renewable energy so far is cheap in areas like Texas. However, there are now recommendations of maintaining an alliance between fossil fuels and the renewable sources of energy. In India, coal mining is one of the major sectors. Now, coal mining, a recent one has been seen that in the region of Umaria block in Madhya Pradesh, there has been a coal mining which is established just 53 meters away from the Tiger corridor. Now, in this process, there were more than 150,000 trees that have fallen. In India, there are 6 central reserves which host nearly 350 tigers, with Bandhavgarh itself having nearly 134 tigers. Now, this Bandhavgarh Achankamar corridor is the one which would be the worst affected through this coal mining. Now, Supreme Court gave various instructions. There was no mining within 1 kilometer of the tiger habitat. The block was classified as no-go by the government. Then later on, there was a committee for site appraisal and reports were pending. The cases were basically focusing on energy security versus the wildlife conservation. Now, besides this, there has been another issue, a similar climate issue in the cases of Rajasthan, where khejari trees have been falling. The idea is the ACME solar powers have been trying to occupy the region, specifically in the areas of Nokha in Bikaner and Bhanipura. Now, these are the areas where there have been lots and lots of khejari plantation. Khejari is known for its unique root system, which goes up to 90 meters deep and can survive extreme dry climates as well, and therefore it is important to maintain the water table in the desert area. Khejari, which is also known as Prosopis cinereus, is again a fodder for livestock. It has a very good economic value of around 5,000 to 6,000 per tree per season, and has medicinal properties as well. Now, a small increase in the local temperature with just 1 kilometer of solar installation would affect the vegetation and the growth of the trees in the nearby areas. Now, therefore, there has been an issue on the EIA, the environmental impact assessment for the solar plant. The next is the things that we are putting for conserving environment and the things that are being going in for destroying the environment, as simple as that. So if you look onto a comparative picture, we are investing nearly $220 billion for conserving the environment, but on the other hand there is nearly 7.3 trillion being spent for actually harming the nature. So that creates a huge balance. Less than 1% of the company's global report goes for biodiversity impact, and this review has been the first ever of the IPBES series, which talks about the business and biodiversity nexus and contributes to the 5 drivers of biodiversity loss. Now the 5 important categories and conditions that are include the policy regulations, the financial systems, the technology, the social cultural change, and capacity building. So those are some of the things that have to be kept in mind. The next is the new generation that is being witnessed with uranium, arsenic, mercury, lead at the very early and the formative years, and that is because of the presence of the contaminant with the mother itself. Now this has been attributed to the contaminated groundwater, phosphate fertilizers, Himalayan river sediments, bore wells, and excessive use of pesticides. The next is the Manav framework. Manav framework has been the basis under the AI summit. So each of the word stands for its unique characteristic, which is moral, ethical, accountable system, a national sovereignty with over artificial intelligence, accessibility to all, and making the AI more worthy and more valid and trustworthy. Now the reports of the Niti Aayog itself mentions that nearly 2.7 million tech jobs would be vanished by 2030. The patent shares have fallen already from 8% to less than 5%. 60% of the formal job structure would be vulnerable because of the AI automation by 2030. And each of the data center which is being installed would require nearly 20 million liters of water per day, which would again have a deep impact onto the water table. The Google's 1 gigawatt Vishakhapatnam center is spread at nearly 243 hectares, and there have been massive investments which are upcoming from other companies as well. The next is community forest governance. Now, Van Panchayats in Uttarakhand have nearly 11,000 Van Panchayats with an area of 4,000 square kilometers, more than 1 million families being supported, and there have been a compliance in the reform rising from 6% to 69%. Now these Van Panchayats actually correct the land records, they revive the democratic election systems, so they replace any kind of centralized powers, bring in community autonomy, and are a system to substitute the government grants. The next is how China has transitioned in the field of energy and what are the key takeaways for India from the same. So in China, the carbon dioxide emission has declined 1.6% year on year, with 1% over past years. Now this is because of the clean energy capacity, which provides more than 50% of the electricity requirement, the coal shifting the load factors by nearly 50%. Now in India, we are still struggling with the minimum technological or technical load requirement, which is at 40%. 200 gigawatt coal retrofit targets by 2030, which we are targeting, seems to be a challenging figure to achieve. So those are some of the things that are really important, and capacity mechanism for the payment. Now here there has been a raise to minimum 50%, extension for the battery storage and gas thermal, and economic certainty. The next is the youth is now facing what is called as eco-anxiety. Now this was a burning topic. We have discussed this in the last edition of Down to Earth as well, where the climate change affects the mentality of the teen and the youngsters, creating cognitive stress, emotional overload, brain sensitivity to be more reactive to any kind of threat or uncertainty that can be perceived. And there have been insight where it says that 7 of the 10 cases have environmental factors as one of the important factors to precipitate the existing mental health condition. So eco-anxiety is one of the major burdens in the same. Now, this is a very interesting thing. Rudi shelduck is one of the very important birds which are found in the Mudh village of Ladakh. Now, this has been protected by the local community for more than 20 years, but Ladakh in India is the only breeding site for this species, and the season goes from June to August. The members have actually been fledging nearly 200 to 300 these birds. This idea was inspired by Dalai Lama back in 2003 for protection. The another important idea is protecting the tribal rights. The Jabra village in the regions of Chhattisgarh, where the Community Forest Rights Reserve has been protecting more than 5,000 hectares of the land. Now, both of these stories relate to community-led governance and conservation efforts for decades. The next is poverty. Now, poverty is a very unique concept to be understood, because poverty line, if we say, it's excluding the real ground value. At the point where you take the poverty into consideration, you might miss the seasonal variations, the binary figures which are poor, not poor, those just above the poverty line, all those kind of things are missed. So there has been a new proposal which is called as calculating the average poverty, and this has been given by Oliver Sturck. The idea is there is no need for a poverty line. Consider the entire income distribution and then calculate the measures which talks about the amount that is being earned, and this should be computed in a decadal aspect. But again, from 1995 to 2025, how the validations have to be done are important. Now, understand with the distributive sensitivity that is being talked, a $1 increment for a person who is earning $1 is a very high ratio. Their living standards can improve significantly. However, a $1 increment for a person who is earning $10 is minor, and therefore he talked about what is called as distribution sensitivity. And this is important because the traditional methods do not showcase the poverty, taking these points into consideration. So in this edition, some of the important things that we have covered have been summarized again here, which is mainly the Khejri tree, the story of the Khejri, the idea of biomining in the Baswal landfills, the ex-humid database which talks about the pollutants with the mother, and then the endangered findings for the US climate report. Besides this, the Manav framework, the concept of solastalgia or eco-anxiety, which creates climate driven helplessness, and creating the aspects of one panchayat. So here are some of the important numbers that you can actually focus from this down to earth edition. Thanks for joining. Have a wonderful day. We do cover down to earth every fortnightly, so stay tuned for further updates. Have a great day.